Hey guys, Mr. Nichols coming at you live from my home laboratory. So I wanted to take some time out today to show you guys a little bit of some ways that you could record your answers for our digital quiz today on DNA in forensic science. So most of your recording can just be audio. You don't need to have any video that's associated with it. You could draw a picture for your second section, so the section on DNA gel electrophoresis, or for question 3, but you'll definitely need to draw something for question number 4. So I don't want you to just use stock images off of Google. I want you to create your own. So I'd like to show you some ways that you could make your recording and then post it on to Google Classroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here with you. Now, I know it's been a little while since we've used Screencastify, but I'm gonna recommend that could be your number 1 choice. I'll also share with you guys kind of an easier way of doing it if you don't wanna mess around with Screencastify and kind of troubleshoot it and things like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Chrome Web Store. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and search for Screencastify. Okay. And then once it comes up, you'll go ahead and click Add to Chrome. So we're going to go ahead and just click Add to Chrome here. I'm going to click Add Extensions, and there will be some permissions that you do need to show for that. So once this finishes loading, we'll go ahead and walk through that with you. So while I'm waiting for this to load, I just want to, just give my best to you guys, and hopefully all of you are doing well. I know we're in, week 3, maybe even 4 of this now. I don't even know. These weeks are just bleeding together. But I hope that you guys are well. Hopefully you guys are finding things to stay active. Also, keep in mind, we do have our @SciChallenge Instagram account. I already had some awesome submissions so far, so feel free to add that. And also the winner every week, which I'll be choosing, will get a Starbucks gift card. So you can still go through the drive-thru and get some Starbucks, so a little bit of taste of normalcy for you guys there. So feel free to jump in on that. Again, our handle for that is @SciChallenge. Okay. All right, so it just went ahead and finished loading in here, so you'll click on the Screencastify button there. And then once you try and load it up for the first time, it'll ask you for some permissions. So I'm gonna go ahead and click Sign in with Google, and I have a couple Google accounts on this computer that I'm using to record on, so it's probably gonna freak out a little bit asking which ones. No, I guess not there. Okay. All right, so you need to click Allow. Remember, I know it highlights Deny here. You need to click Allow or else you won't be able to record. So it'll ask you again. It's basically just authorizing Screencastify to access your mic and your webcam. So you'll need to click on that. And then once that goes ahead and loads through, and you're good to go. So now what you'll need to do is you'll need to choose whatever you'd like to load on your screen. So you could do something as simple as making some images on a Google slide and put that in there. That would be totally fine. And then you would record very similar to what we did before, which I'll walk through that here. I would actually recommend, it'll probably be a little bit easier to use Jamboard. So you guys might remember us using Jamboard here a couple times before break. So if you click on your little drop-down menu here in your Google Apps, you'll scroll down to Jamboard right here, which you might have to click More Tools. It might not be in the first set that comes up there. So these are all of our jams that we have done in class here. Some of them were for my other classes as well. So what you'll do is you'll just click on this little New Jam button. Okay, so now you have your Jamboard open and you could go ahead and create it. Now, what I would recommend doing is making these images ahead of time. I don't need to see you making each of these, but it does need to be finished for you here. Now, I just want to kind of show you what you could do with this. And the only part that I'm requiring that you create an image for is the last question, question 4. So you will need to create a gel that basically would be your results of your DNA gel electrophoresis after you went through and ran your polymerase chain reaction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really quickly create a gel. Now, I'm probably just going to create the wells here really quick, and then I'll show you how we would go through and show our results. Now, as you can see, this is not perfect. I'm using my trackpad right now. So look at that. That is an ugly looking square or an ugly looking rectangle. It's fine. Doesn't matter. As long as I know the gist of what you're trying to create there, that's fine. That's all I need. So I'm going to go ahead and make 5 wells here. So remember, your DNA ladder is always going to go into the first well. Okay, this is going to be our crime scene evidence, and then this is going to be suspect 1, suspect 2, and suspect 3. Now, when you're making your bands, I'd recommend changing from this little pen setting here to the highlighter. It just makes it a little bit easier for those bands to show up. So what you would do is you would just go through and make your bands like this. Now, as I said in the instructions, you can just make them up random. They don't have to be a specific length, or they don't have to be in a specific position, but they do need to be relatively consistent here. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my DNA ladder here. Now, I could go through and make the entire gel, but I want you guys to be able to do that. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to go through and label up here what each of your wells are, and then you'll make your bands. Now, again, what you'll need to do, and I'm actually gonna show you what a finished product would look like, just because I know this is a little bit different. So I'm gonna go back to my Jamboard home here. And then I had actually already kind of made one up, which this was a little bit of a rough draft, so it's a little bit gross. So what you would have is you would have your gel here. Then you'll need to explain to me why that person would be guilty. Now, you may not just use this image that I'm just showing you. I just want you guys to create something to show me what you guys know with this here. Now, the big thing is your verbal explanation. So make sure that you're going through and answering each of the questions while we're going through this here. So again, so you'll need to label each of your wells. You'll need to draw it, something similar to this. Again, if you want to make it in like Google Slides or Google Drawing, totally fine. You're welcome to do that. I just found Jamboard would be the quickest and the easiest way to do that. So you're welcome to use whatever medium you like. So this was my little tutorial here. Now, I do want to kind of remind you how we would use Screencastify. So I'm going to make a little recording, show you guys how to save your video so that way you can post it into Google Classroom. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to record this. And I'm not going to embed my webcam just because I have this little guy right here anyway. So I'm just going to record my desktop. I'm going to go ahead and click record. It'll give me my 3-second countdown, which I need to choose what screen I want to share first. Okay, so it gives me a little countdown, and now I can go through and explain what I would be doing with this, explain why I made my gel the way I did, explain what the DNA ladder is, explain what the crime scene evidence is, and then explain which suspect was guilty and how I know that. So once you're done creating your video, you can either click stop sharing down here on the bottom, or you can go up here and you can click, once it loads, you can click stop there. Okay, so now once we've clicked stop, it'll take us to where we saved this here. Okay, so what I'm going to ask that you guys do is you name this with your last name, and then you could just call it DNA in forensic science. That's fine. Okay, now here's a little bit of the trick. What we need to do is we need to make sure that we have the sharing settings so that anyone can access this. Now, I'm going to be the only one that's looking at these videos. We won't be sharing them out like we've done before. But what you'll need to do is you'll need to click more options up here. And then when you click on this, you'll need to change this from private to public at jeffcoschools.us. You could click copy shareable link, and you can just post that into the assignment on Google Classroom. So you have a couple options for how you could do it. You could download it, or you can just click this copy shareable link. And either way, if you post that in the assignment, that's all I need. Okay? All right, so if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. As always, I'm here to help you guys. I know that these quizzes can be a little bit challenging, but I know you guys can do it. And this is pretty much all we're going to be doing today, so you should be able to do this without much of an issue. So if you're having any questions as well with the content, if you don't understand questions 1 through 4, definitely make sure you go back and look at our discussion, so that way you can recap some of those things before you go ahead and dive into it. So good luck, and as always, if you need any help, please feel free to reach out. Good luck, guys.